Hello again. So today I want to give a thank you to Paul S. Paul S figured out how to make meme car not squeak. So the internet, wrong as always internet, said the problem if you have a squeaking meme car is a bad control arm. The control arm is dead. You need to replace the control arm. Not it. So I'm a dumbass. I'm completely I'm a total dumbass. So I actually went to some place that's like brakes, stud, suspension, all that other shit. And I said, what makes this squeaking noise? And he looks at my car and says, I'm not touching that. Not for any amount of money in the world. Fine, whatever. So I asked Paul, who was a mechanic for 20 years, ASE certified mechanic, really good, knows his stuff. And he had said, you're driving, there was a snowstorm the other night, so you're probably, there's a lot of salt on the road, so there's probably a bunch of garbage by some bar, like sway bar or something like that. So I Google what he says, blast it with a hose. So I Google what a sway bar is and I look for it. I figure out what a sway bar is, and then I find some high pressure hose and I blast the crap out of it. And what I noticed after blasting the hose with the sway bar is that, or I didn't say blasting the hose, it's blasting the sway bar with the hose, no more squeaking! Meme car is quiet! You know what the crazy thing is if that dude said it'll be $200 to fix the squeaking, I probably would have paid it. That's how stupid I am. That's how much of a dumb fuck that I am. Thank God he said no, and then I asked Paul. I paid $3 to get some high pressure hose and sprayed the bottom. Car washes don't actually get under the car, by the way. That's another thing I learned. I always figure, I'm kind of curious, how is that machine getting under the car when it claims that it's getting under your car? When you go to those car washes that are like $7 or $8, I always curious, how the hell do they actually reach? And I got my answer. They don't. They don't do shit. They don't get any of those car washes that claim it gets under your car is bullshit. You need a hose and you need to do it yourself. Now, the other thing is that the hose doesn't actually reach under there. Because I had a hose where it didn't have a handle that was really... Firstly, this car is really low to the ground, which makes it really difficult to get under there. But second, you have to have it on a lift or something, or I forget what a jack. You have to jack it up to really get under there. So what I did is I put it to the hose to the highest pressure, and I squirted the ground and at an angle so that it would then angle itself up and smash into the car to hit the sway bar and all that other shit and get rid of all my crap. And as you could hear, my car makes no noise at all, besides the noise of it crying when I have Autopilot on and it gets confused, which is actually quite frequent. But that's a separate noise. So thank you very much to Paul S., a talented MacBook repairman, and also a nice mechanic. What's really, the thing that I miss about using a bicycle is if I want to see what's going on underneath my bicycle, when you take the batteries off the bike, my bike's like 30 pounds, I could... taking my bike and lifting it a little bit to look under it, I can do that. I can turn my bike upside down. This car is 4,200 pounds. If I want to see what's going on under it, it's, I could deadlift 365. I'll leave it at that. I can deadlift 365. So I can deadlift but the problem is, I need to deadlift about 12 times that to be able to look underneath this car the same way I do my bike. So I have to clean my bike off when it gets salty, because the salt immediately, it just fucks up and erodes everything. Salt genuinely destroys everything on an electric bicycle. It really does. Every connection, even the insulated connections, if you're not using a good quality crimp, it'll just get right through there. If you're using crimps that do not have that little material, that heat, silicone-ish material that kind of expands as you heat it, it'll just immediately go through and fuck up everything, and you're screwed. So if my bike, I'd have to clean it off regularly. The thing is, I don't have a car wash near me or a high pressure hose in Bed-Stuy or Manhattan, so I kind of have to do it by hand, and it sucked. It really does suck. In a car, it's kind of more difficult to get under it, but it's easier to, I guess out here to actually find a hose. It's kind of weird that, it's these little luxuries you don't get there. I don't have a hose. Also, all the car washes near me are automatic. They're not manual, so I don't even think I could take that bike that I have at home through a car wash even if I wanted to, because they're not going to let me actually grab the hoses for myself. They're all automatic. Here I could find a high pressure hose I could use for like $3. But this entire ride, not a single squeak. I'm pretty happy with that. I do got to get a hose for my new place. The other question is, if I get a hose and it's an outdoor hose, how the hell do I keep it from freezing? I mean, you know, if it's negative 15 degrees a portion of the time, I have to figure out a way to have a hose at my house, at my apartment, but without it freezing all the time. And I'm not really sure how that works. I guess that's one thing I'll learn. I'll figure it out. I could put salt in the hose water, but I think that's like, that's kind of like trying to keep a ping pong ball down in a bucket of water with one finger. Like, that's not, like, I want to clean off salt using salt water. Yeah, I don't think that works. Now, you say wait till spring, but if you wait till spring, that's 3 to 4 months of your car getting sodomized and fucked by salt. I don't think that works either. I'm pretty sure. I just don't want to pay $3 for a hose every time I want to use a hose. The person who makes the $3 hose has a secret that allows his hose to work when it's negative 15 degrees outside. And if I learn his secrets, then I won't have to give him $3 anymore when I want to use it. And I want to learn his secrets. The same way that I learned the secrets of MacBook board repair. If I could find PM Sleep S4L, I can figure out how to make a hose spit out some fucking water. You empty out the water, but then what about when I want to put the water in? How do you get the water out of the hose? Do you unplug the hose and then suck the water out the other end? If the hose starts outside, then how do you keep that water from freezing? Or do you just put, you know, antifreeze or something? Can I wash the bottom of my car with antifreeze? Does that work? Can I put antifreeze into my water supply and then utilize that for my hose? I'm very curious. Teach me the ways of the hose. I wish to learn. I have taught you the ways of the MacBook. You can repay the favor by teaching me the ways of the hose. And by hose, I don't mean like the Instagram accounts of the women that go to my New York City gym. I mean like the thing that squirts out water on the side of your house in a suburban or rural environment. Ayo bishat. Sukablet. Meme? Behave, meme. Behave, meme. Be a good meme. Good meme. Good little meme. Underbody wash is bull. No, any of those automatic things suck. You need to use a hose. Manual car wash with a hose. Every single one of those fucking car washes I've tried that claims it washes your undercarriage, they're lying. It's bullshit. It's a scam. Whoa. Okay, that's bullshit. There's a cop car over there, but he doesn't have his lights on the shoulder of the road. I get it, you're trying to catch people that are speeding, but like, that's not cool. That's not cool. You can't be here. It's fucking pitch black at night, and you're on the side of the road with nothing. How is anybody supposed to see you unless they have eagle eye? That's kind of lame. What are you gonna do? Teach me hose guy. I want to learn. Paul should be your new mechanic. I agree. You know, Paul has always told me that one of his dreams in life is to become a Tesla repairman. I wash my own car. Honestly, that makes the most sense. Go to Jaffrey, they have one that cleans under the car. As long as it's manual and not automatic. I don't trust that bullshit, the automatic bullshit. I've got scammed too many times with that. They have a roller broom with a hose attachment. I've seen that on YouTube, but I haven't seen a single fucking place that has it in person. I'd love a fucking attachment that like shoots up water under your car and that kind of shit. can't use hoses in the winter. No. I don't have an inside. I don't have a garage. I have a driveway. Someday I will graduate to having a garage. I have a driveway that I share with 4 other people. Hello, Jessica, whatever. How are you? I hope you and the boyfriend are having a good evening. My apologies that I forgot his name again. I suck with names. The only reason, admittedly, I remember yours is because it always shows up next to your posts here. You need a heated garage. But I don't have a heated garage. I don't have a garage. You need a self-lubricating chassis. I don't know if that's true. I have friends that have internal combustion engine vehicles, and they get fucked up in the wintertime when they don't wash the undercarriage of it. Especially when you're driving through, you know, a state filled with salt. New York has a lot of salt, but New Hampshire's on another level. Like, that road yesterday was nothing but salt. After I was done driving on that road, my car was squeaking like Tim Cook once right to repair gets passed. My car squeaks like Copaz when I tell him not to follow me home. Mary, none of those that say they clean the undercarriage actually do. The only thing that does is my hose at a diagonal angle thing. There's a quarter car wash? Yeah, where do you get your car wash for a quarter? Custer, South Dakota? Ah, blind, fuck. Ah. My vision has been disturbed. Yo, it's funny, I actually contacted the Electrified Garage people because, I figured that it would be wise to get a checkup every 15,000 miles, and I'm at about 14,000 miles on this car. And, you know, I've taken this thing to Virginia, Tennessee, Florida, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Wisconsin, Kentucky. So I figured I should probably get a checkup just for basic shit. You know, like, it's not like I need an oil change or random filters and shit, and I don't have a spark plug and all this other crap, but you know, I just like to make sure that I haven't destroyed the car, because I tend to destroy most of the things that I own. I really do run them into the ground. He is booked until March, the mid-March. I am so fucking proud of Rich Rebuilds, you have no idea. Like, do you know, I wish that I could say, I'm sorry, Rossman Repair Group cannot look at your MacBook until March. We have so many fucking people that want to pay us. I wish. But honestly, I've told this to people that I know. He's one of the few people I've met off of YouTube where I actually root for him to become a multi-millionaire and then billionaire. I'm not kidding. He is the most humble, kind, honest, hardworking, down-to-earth dude. It's impossible to not laugh in the middle of a conversation with him. Wherever that guy goes, whether he's just dealing with the front desk dude at Subway or the computer repair guy that I went to or anything, he figures out a way to bring out the innate happiness in people by making them laugh at whatever is going on. And he can take a serious issue or he can take a joking issue and find a way to make you laugh at it. And I have a really high level of respect for people like that. He's a really positive guy, and I couldn't wish it on a better dude. Like, there are people that I know on YouTube because I know them in real life. Like, I met Sonny, I met Sonny 7 years before he started uploading shit. I met Jessie years before she had ever really done much on YouTube. So I don't count those experiences. But, like, of the people that I met after I knew them on YouTube, He's one of the few where I really do hope to myself, like, if there's anybody that deserves to be a billionaire from this platform and the success that they create from it, it's him. I was so proud of him. I was so happy. Like, fuck, that's awesome. You know, he busts his balls to help people, to teach people, to make them laugh, and to put a little bit of positivity in the world while he's doing it. And he is fucking killing it. But yeah, he can't look at my car until like March 15th. He can't look at my car until March 15th. I'll probably be at 20 or 25,000 miles by then. My headlights are bright, but this is headlights. This is high beams. You ready? 1, 2, high beams. That's high beams. That's headlights. High beams, headlights. So no, I do not keep my high beams on. I think that's a douchey thing to do on a two-way road. You are too close to that yellow line, my friend. I don't trust you. I do not have any trust that this half-painted yellow line on the road is what will protect me from death. No. Florida man don't deal with these issues, but he deals with other issues, like insane traffic. By the way, have you guys ever seen me in traffic the entire time that I've driven in this state? See, that's one thing. Like, when I visited Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Brickell, West Palm Beach, Pompano Beach, all of those places in South Florida, the fucking traffic is horrible. Horrible. I mean, I think it was horrible before you even had everybody moving there, but now that you have everybody trying to move there, it's like, good, it sucks. So you can make fun of me having those issues you don't have in Florida, but guess what? I don't wait in traffic up here. Because these towns have like 5 people, maybe 8 people. Meme car? You want me to turn left, little meme? Oh, not yet. Okay. Hey, remember when I told you that a green light means go? Good little meme car. You're a good meme car. That's right, green light means go. Meme car? Okay, fine, I can't trust you. I'm not having a toddler that doesn't know when a fucking green light is driving me anymore.
Now turn left onto Elm Street.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You are a little meme. You are such a freaky meme, you know that? Little meme. See that line on the road, little meme? Even I can see that line on the road, and I'm old and blind. Here. Don't worry, I have the wheel. I'm not going to let you crash in anything. You're a good little meme. Meme! It's a left-only lane, meme! You know what happens when you go in the left-only lane? You wind up on the wrong side of the two-way road. You know what happens when that happens? We die! Bad meme. Bad meme. Here, you try again, meme. Behave yourself, meme. Are you driving with your brights on? Oh my God. How many times can I answer this question? Will you guys stop? This is a beautiful road during the day. The road right after Gibbons Highway, it's really beautiful during the day. The thing is, a road that's really beautiful in the day in New Hampshire tends to wind up looking like a place that you dump bodies late at night. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody dumped their wife here at some point. Laying ornaments with me around your house is a little bit, I don't know. I think I might side with your wife there. Meme? I don't know what Rich did before YouTube. I never asked him, to be honest with you. I don't think you need high beams on any of the roads that I've been on so far. Controversial statement. I don't think that any of the roads I've been on would require high beams. Maybe if you have a car that has 2 candles for headlights, like a Nissan Sentra. I used to have a Nissan Sentra that I was driving around, and it has 2 little candles for headlights, and they don't do shit, and you can't see anything. But with this car, I very rarely have to use my high beams. I only use them when it's a really, really completely and utterly dark, and it's a road that has, like, I'll look on the map and I'll see that it has a bunch of twists and turns, and the speed limit on that road is over 55 miles an hour. If the speed limit's over 55, people are tailgating me, and it's a twisty road, and there's no light, then I'll turn on my high beams. But otherwise, that's been my standard for turning them on.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Greenville Road.
The thing is, by the time when they say, turn off your high beams when incoming traffic is there, if you can see me to know that I'm oncoming traffic, then I've already been blinded by you. So by that point, it doesn't really matter. Like, you might as well just leave it on at that point. I'm already blind. At least one of us should be able to see. I have not heard a single squeak the entire ride. What a quality meme you are. What a good meme.
Now turn left onto Greenville Road.
There's a sign that looks like a guy with it looks like a motorboat, but with a ski under it. I don't know what that sign means. Does that mean that there's people that are going skiing with a bafang that just crossed the road? Ski bafang? I don't know. This isn't where I'd ski bafang. This doesn't look like a good place for the ski bafanging. I feel like I'm not really much of a car enthusiast. I tried a high-end Mercedes the other day that has an air suspension, and I honestly could not tell the difference from this. And I know that this is a Tesla Model 3s, which means it probably is the cheapest piece of shit suspension humanly possible, because Tesla uses garbage in their cars to make up for the fact that they have to pay for a lithium-ion battery that you don't have to pay for in a nice vehicle. I think I just lack taste when it comes to vehicles. Like, it's kind of like wine. I can't tell the difference between $12 wine and $1,000 wine. And sometimes I actually wind up preferring the $12 wine to the $1,000 wine. Which is one of those points where I wonder, like, does it actually matter? Is the whole concept of taste when it comes to these things just made up? Or do I have no taste? And I think part of it is that I have no taste. Because if I think the suspension in an S580 feels, I can't tell the difference between that and this, I'm pretty sure that it's me that's fucked up. I don't think I've come to appreciate it. Or maybe I just didn't try it on a bumpy enough road. I feel like I pissed off the person with the S580. I wasn't trying to brag or anything, or like imply that his car was bad or that my car is good. I'm fully aware that what I drive is, and it's, you know, again, it's an Elon mobile, so in many ways it's a piece of shit. I use this because there's really no other viable option for electric vehicles that you can do cross-country midlife crisis road trips with. But there's no real illusions about what it is that I own. I own an Elon mobile, which means this is made of the cheapest shit possible, most likely. I think it was because my expectations were high because of what I've come to expect. I guess, you know, growing up, like the whole idea was that Mercedeses were for Mercedes. Mercedeses? What's the plural of Mercedes? Like the Mercedes was for like millionaires and ultra wealthy people. Like when I was a kid, at least, that was the perception. And I always thought it was this kind of insane, crazy, like I'm gonna get in here and it's just gonna feel like an orgasm kind of thing. Maybe I had built it up too much in my head. Maybe that's what it is. Don't get me wrong, the interior was nice. It's way nicer than this. Like the interior of that is fancier than this piece of shit, by far. I think I was expecting things from the ride that just weren't, that they're not things that could be deliverable via a car. Okay, this road over here, it's called Greenville Road in Wilton, New Hampshire. Everybody should drive down this road. I mean, most of you're probably used to living in areas that don't look like shitholes like New York City, so to you probably have this drive every day. But my God, it's beautiful. I included it in one of the videos I put on the main channel today. Every now and then I'll just drive by this road, even if it means I'm going off of my normal path, just because I'm not kidding, this is so corny. When the sun is in the right path on this road, I actually smile as I go down this stint over here in Wilton. Like I'll actually have this ear-to-ear grin on my face. It sounds so stupid, but it's like the smallest thing that makes me happy. This is what I got a driver's license for, to be honest. I'm not really a big fan of driving, but like that's not, you know, the experience of just like of just checking out an area that's 300 miles away from where I used to live and just kind of taking it in the middle of the day with nothing else that I have to do, like finishing up all my work so that I can just take a ride down and just take in a beautiful space like that in peace. It's kind of worth it.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Old Wilton Road.
Old Wilton Road. Micro soldering is fun, 7. You gotta pay a lot of money to get the fancy air suspension on the Model 3. Like I've seen like the good quality ones and like the kits to convert it and the cost to actually do it. You're looking at spending like $4,000 to $8,000 for that stuff. You know, again, if the S580 suspension doesn't feel very different from this because of my lack of taste, I don't think spending $8,000 on a very mildly smoother ride that I'm probably never even going to notice anyway is going to do anything. I really think the 580 that I tried had to be fucked up. That car was like $120,000 or $130,000 when it came out. There's no fucking way that it feels this similar to this. The interior was way nicer. Like the interior was entirely another level than this bullshit.
Now turn right onto Old Wilton Road.
Thank you very much, Christopher Kelly. You piece of stupid fucking cunt. Oh, did you? That's funny. So the car actually wanted to make a right. It got scared and it beeped. I just wanted to see what it would do, because usually you guys may notice I turn off autopilot when it's time for a turn. This stupid piece of shit was like, I'm gonna make the turn for you. And then it stopped. Oh, I love it. Full self-driving is coming in a week though. Next week. That kind of made me laugh. I couldn't help myself though. I was just curious, like, well, let's see what it's gonna do.
Turn right onto Mill Street.
Hey, you know what? How about I make my own fucking right, you dumbass? You fucking toddler. You can't figure out a right angle on an open road that has no people. This road literally has no people on it. It's completely empty. There's nobody here. You can go half the speed limit.
You right onto Mill Street.
What a toddler. What a toddler. An absolute toddler.
Now turn left onto Hubbard Hill Road.
Look at this giant hill. Roar. Can you imagine having to pedal up this? That would suck.
In 500 feet, turn left onto River Street.
Remember when I said there was no more squeaking? Yeah, about that. Wah, wah, wah. I kind of owned myself there. I self-owned myself there. The Fang can actually do 300 miles in a single charge. It's just that 16 degrees outside, so, you know, I don't want it to. It's a little cold for that. It's very cold for that, actually. I heard something go bonk in my trunk. I think that's my boots, because I went over a bump. Either that or it could be a body. Maybe it's a body. I hope nobody would plant a body in my trunk to frame me. That would make a pretty interesting episode of Law & Order. Getting framed for murder by a fan on YouTube.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto New Hampshire 31.
Is there a place that I can put my hazards on and park for a moment? Use a minute to rest.
In 500 feet, turn left onto New Hampshire 31.
Alright. That looks like a private garage where I'm probably going to get shot. Yeah, there's lights on inside. That looks like a great way to get shot, parking over there.
Now turn left onto New Hampshire 31.
Let's see. Hey. Such a migraine. This is a very tiny shoulder. And this is a speed limit of 50. Whoa! That's weird. What are all these crosses doing? There were like 3 crosses in the woods over there. Giant white crosses. What the Why is there a cross over there? Boo. Boo. Yo. Okay, so that's probably not the place that I should put my hazards on if I wish to move over for a moment.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Mill Street.
I would prefer the opportunity. Oh, I thought it was a different kind of cross for a moment. I thought that was a different kind of cross for a second. That seemed kind of weird for a moment. let's see.
Now turn left onto
It's crazy how little
Greenville
stuff
Road.
there is here. It's just the complete emptiness of it all. Something to take in. That house to my left looks like it hasn't been maintained in like 80 years. It just flakes and flakes and flakes falling off of it. And it's probably going to be like that forever. Womp womp. Squeaking has returned. So much for that. This feels like the same hill. Is it a different hill than the one I just went up? I think I went in a circle. I'm fairly certain I went in a circle. I think I may have went in a circle.
In 500 feet,
100%,
turn
I
left
did
onto
go in a
River
circle.
Street.
Okay. You know what? Time to park where that laundromat is. Just go over there. And I'm gonna wait for my migraine to go away before I drive. Because I don't want to drive with a freaking headache. Customer parking only. Fuck you, I have a vest, baby. Here.
Now turn left to stay on College Avenue.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what we do here? Just put my hazards on for a moment. Okay. Come on, headache. Go away, little headache. Park anywhere lights. So what do you guys have to say here? Some stupid accessibility app does stuff. And a Shure SE425 Bluetooth that's paired to a laptop. The bars in New York City suck, Sonny. They have horrible music if they ever have live music, which they almost never do. They're too crowded to actually sit anywhere. And everybody's screaming at the top of their lungs. It's horrible. Ah, my head. Holy crap. What did I eat? I don't know what the cause of the squeaking is, since the squeaking has returned. I washed out the undercarriage near the sway bar. Shine the light on people's houses while they're sleeping. You're right, that's probably an asshole thing to do. Yeah, you know, that's something that I forgot. I don't live in New York anymore. Flashing hazard lights into somebody's house is frowned upon here. Point taken. But then how do you park it? I'm used to having that light on so you don't get a ticket. That's a bad New York habit. Drivers will see a suspicious car parked. Yes. Oh well. Migraine is half gone. Ah, my head. Working on tax bullshit for half of my day. Getting audited sucks. That will cause you a nice little headache. Boom, boom. Huh. Flashing lights is the ultimate way to not get a ticket in New York. You can drive through a bike lane, you can triple park, you can leave the... As long as you have those two lights on, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Hey.